So now recently the Republicans had passed a complete Obamacare repeal bill, and it had went on to President Obama's desk. Now, of course, it was quickly vetoed. So the question is, if we knew it was going to get vetoed, or if they knew it was going to get vetoed, why bring it up in the first place? Now, CBS host John Dickerson talked to Speaker of the House Paul Ryan about this and had actually asked this question. Take a look.
You said you wanted the Republicans to offer an alternative to the president. One of the first things you did this year, though, was offer that repeal. How is that an alternative?
It's just not. That's why we have to come up with an alternative. So you're right about that.
Will you do that? There will be a bill that will come out of the House voted on with all.
My goal, I don't know how far it will go, given the fact that we have a filibuster and a guy named Obama who's not going to replace Obamacare. But my goal is that we, as Republicans, if we don't like these laws, don't like the direction the country's going, I think we have to be more than just an opposition party. We have to be a proposition party.
You want to help define the Republican Party by proposing things.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a nominee of the party. Won't they be the one who kind of is the face of the Republican Party?
They will be the face in the fall, but we don't have time to wait until the fall. I learned this in 2012 with Mitt Romney. If you wait until late summer, end of summer, to then roll out what you believe in and what your agenda is, I think it's too late. So that's why we're going to go early. One of the reasons we did this poverty summit today here in Columbia, South Carolina, is because we want to showcase our principles, our ideas, and we want to show that we have better ideas for getting people out of poverty, for going at root causes of poverty, for getting opportunity restored in America.
Better ideas. So is that why you haven't had a alternative yet? Right? Now, normally, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but normally if you want to replace a law, you wait until you actually have something to replace it with before you get rid of the old law. I don't know, maybe I'm nuts, right? Look, the Republicans have had how many years to come up with something to present to the American people? And in all those years, what do they have? What do they have? Anything? Anything? Paul Ryan, do you have anything to replace Obamacare with? No? No? What about you? Mitch McConnell, what's your idea? That's right. You have nothing. Nothing. They have no alternative. None. In fact, actually, they used to have an alternative. It was called Romneycare, which is almost exactly like Obamacare. Funny how that worked out. You see, when they had this alternative, when what we have now was considered the Republican alternative, it was back when Democrats were actually progressive and actually called for single-payer health care, or at least a public option. Now, what we have is Democrats adopting and implementing Republican ideas. Now, this is driving the right wing insane. This is confusing to them. They don't know what to do. So they don't have a plan. They don't have a replacement. The only thing that they do, or they want to do, is get rid of it and send everything back to the status quo. Millions of people without health insurance, repeal of Medicaid expansion, so no more Medicaid for people. So basically, if you're poor, get sick and die. Even if it is cheaper to the taxpayer to actually insure poor people so they can get care and not have to visit the emergency rooms. Remember, that was one of the reasons that health insurance was so expensive under the old system, is that you would have poor people who couldn't get health insurance, couldn't afford it. They didn't get the Medicaid expansion, or they didn't get the subsidies, federal subsidies from Obamacare. Well, they would have to go to the emergency room. That's much more expensive, and that cost is going to go somewhere. Well, that gets shifted onto you as a middle-class taxpayer. It's actually cheaper to insure poor people so they can get proper medical care. But no, that's not the Republican way. We're not going to do things that make sense. No, can't do it. We're going to do things that don't make sense, that cost more money, because freedom. Jeez. Now, here's the ironic thing. This is the party that doesn't believe in science and evolution. However, this same party that doesn't believe in science and evolution is actually embracing social Darwinism. Chew on that for a while.